Hello and welcome to the Destroy Humans 2020 remake Let's Play. I'm still your host, and this time around we're playing South by Southwest, which is basically one big destruction mission, and it also introduces us to two new weapons, which are pretty cool. Those two new weapons you'll probably be using a lot of in the game, although it's entirely up to you, of course, what weapons you want to use. Personally, I usually try and use each weapon an equal amount, just because I want to justify the upgrades that I buy for them. But yes, here's South by Southwest, a destruction-based mission, where I'm guessing we're going to be destroying some Majestic agents, because there's a guy there running away. Or is he not part of the Majestic? I don't know. Who cares? It's a man in a fancy suit running away. And also we will be using the saucer as well. So that's interesting.
I'm letting you off the leash, Crypto. The time has come to escalate this little war against the Majestic. You will definitely be needing a more powerful weapon.
Alright, so here we are in Santa Modesta, and the last episode we did... if I can remember, it was to do with the movies in Rockwell, the cinema, and using a Furon film to hypnotise a bunch of people, because Majestic were planning on doing the same thing, only not with the Furon film, but with an anti-communist film. Now, as I'm going along, I will say one thing: the story is identical to the original, so you will know pretty much whatever happens. Also, it is worthy of note that in these next few missions I am using my my more casual save. So I'm playing the game right now using the replay mission feature, which is a feature that I'm glad that they implemented, otherwise I won't be able to do this. However, the feature itself pretty much gives you access to whatever weapons you had at the time. This is the iron detonator. It's got a big explosion blast grenade launcher thing. It's pretty nice. It's useful for taking out tanks, although it takes out tanks in 2 hits and pretty much every other vehicle in 1. So, good thing for going up against vehicles. But yeah, you get all of the upgrades that you purchased in replay mode, and all the weapons that you currently have access to. It doesn't limit you based on what the mission is, which is why you saw me using PK on a car, which is the final upgrade for the psychokinesis, able to pick up cars after a few seconds. So, it is also worthy to note that when you see me having these upgrades, you will probably want to know what the process is for getting said upgrades, because the main game doesn't actually give you that much DNA. Far from it. It gives you, a small amount, like 1,000 per mission, maybe 2,000, and that's about it. And to be honest, that's not enough. So you really do need to be doing side tasks and extracting as many brains as possible in order to get this amount. And to be honest, I've said to be honest a couple of times already. But anyway, to be completely fair to the game, it does take a long time to grind out this amount of DNA for the upgrades, and you will not have it by this time if you're just playing the main story. So I would, I definitely, if you own the game yourself, get lots of DNA. Make sure to take your time with the game, don't rush it, don't do the story alone, keep doing other things, and then you'll be able to get these upgrades no problem. So that is one of my criticisms of this game. Granted, the original had a little bit of that going on for it, but to be honest, there weren't a lot of upgrades. There isn't as many in the original as there is right now. So I do hope you can deal with that. I mean, I can, but I'm just letting you know that if you own the game yourself at this point, if you're just doing the story missions, you won't have the upgrade to lift cars, let alone the upgrade for the iron detonator, because you won't even have unlocked it yet, until after this mission. Also, you have seen me a couple of times picking up probes. Now, probes they give you quite a lot of DNA in return for finding them. They also give you Furonigami, right, if I can even say it, Furonigami, which is the concept art, you know, seeing stuff that made it into the game and stuff that didn't make it into the game, you know, the drawings by the developer or the artist or whatever. Those are pretty cool, and I have unlocked a sizable chunk of those. When I will try and make a video showing all of them when I've got all the probes. Only when I've got them all will I show you that. But basically it's the concept art, you're not really missing out on much. It's got nothing really to do with the gameplay. But the DNA reward is quite nice, you know, if you want to hunt these probes it's just an extra incentive. You get concept art and DNA, so nice little bonus. Also you will see me using transmog, which is mashing square on things. And I do have a little bit of a criticism regarding that. And I do want to save all my criticisms for an independent video that's dedicated to all the problems I have. Because believe me, I do have problems, I do have complaints. This game is not perfect. The original wasn't perfect. And so far I've never found a game that I have 100% liked everything about. And sometimes I don't have to look very far to find fault with something. And in this game I didn't have to look very far because I just had the experience of playing the game to tell me that. You'll also notice one of the upgrades for this, for the brain extraction, is to make people who are having their brains extracted especially switch sides. It's like the follow and protect feature that we saw before when we used it in this island Suburbia, I believe, when we kidnapped the Majestic Agent and we made him follow us and defend us. Well, basically, also here's the Sonic Boom, another weapon for the sorcerer, that's pretty cool. I like this one. Very usable, takes out buildings about 2 to 3 hits, pretty much. Just, yeah, nice ammo capacity as well when it's upgraded. So yeah, that's the Sonic Boom. Quite a cool weapon. But yeah, so that feature happens when you get level 3, one of the level 3 upgrades for brain extraction. Sounds interesting, right? Sounds nice. But, you see, the thing is that it does it to the enemies that are having their brains extracted, and when they are having their brains extracted and protecting you, you can't do damage to them, so they just kind of maybe sometimes get in the way. I don't know, you'll be extracting someone's brain, you have to stop, because it locks onto something else, and then, you know, they're on your side, you can't extract their brain or you have to wait. So, yeah, do they actually help in combat? Not really. Not really. The only thing they really provide is a sort of distraction-ish sort of deal. That's the only use that I will say that it has. Also, we can extract brains in the saucer, which is new. It's a new thing. I like it. I just forget to do it. Unless I'm just messing about. So, that's another way to get DNA as you're flying around, you know, extracting brains from the saucer. I don't know if it changes the amount you get or what, because the text is way too small. That's another criticism I have. The text is a bit too small sometimes, even for my eyes, and I'm sitting pretty close to the TV. Anyway, mission complete, 90%. Mysterious blaze destroys motel. Manager blames alien invaders. Officials blame faulty wiring. Ah, the cover-ups keep going on. Anyway, that's the end of that mission, and it was all basically destruction focused, and it gave us 2 new weapons out of it, so I'd say it was a good mission. And that is it for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the very next one. Sorry, this one has been quite short, and the ending is also quite short with me doing the outro. Sorry about that, but that's the way it goes. I'll see you then.